everyone, and welcome to the MBH Corp's YouTube channel for our monthly catch-up with our CEO, Callum Laing. I am your host, Miss Lisa Maynard-Atem. So, Callum, how are you?
I'm very good, Lisa. I'm looking forward to our call.
Me too, me too. I thought we could kick things off with some very exciting news regarding the latest MBH acquisition of Vista Care Solutions. So I know this is very exciting for everyone, so I thought let's kick off our chat with that.
Yeah, so we've had a bit of a drought, as we've discussed on the previous call. So it's great to finally bring Vista in. We've actually been talking to them for a couple of years, and Ali is a very highly regarded entrepreneur. So we've been very keen to get them in, and some of the other companies in the group have worked with him previously and had very good things to say. So yeah, fantastic to finally get them in, and looking forward to seeing what they do over the next few years.
Amazing. So how many companies is that now? Is that 25 or 26?
So it's I'm losing track. I think this is the 26th one.
Fantastic. And are there any other potential acquisitions in the pipeline, or anything that you can share with us?
Yes, there's plenty of companies in the pipeline, and no, there's not a lot I can share.
I knew you were going to say that, but I thought I had to ask.
Yeah,
but
we've got some great ones. I think, as I mentioned last time, we've had a lot of companies that we have kind of got right down to the final signing almost, and they've just got tied up with new clients and expansion and things. So hopefully a few of those that we were hoping to sign up a few months ago will nearly be ready to sign up again. So yeah, no, it's pipeline's looking very exciting.
Great. And I was thinking as well, just following on from that, are there any verticals that you would like to introduce into MBH that aren't currently in the MBH portfolio at the moment?
No, I mean, we don't tend to target verticals. We sort of have this, what we're looking for is good, well-run, profitable companies that we think will be good long-term investments. What tends to happen is companies see other companies like themselves, and so get in touch with us, or it's easier for them to progress when they see companies in their sector. But if we come across a good company that is in a sector that we're not currently in, we just start a new industry vertical. And then, of course, we announce that news, and suddenly we get a whole bunch of other companies in that sector that want to come and join. So yeah, I think we'll I'm hopeful that we'll add a couple more industries sort of over the next few months, hopefully.
Fantastic. So moving on, you shared a piece the other week about Glassdoor being used by investors for researching small businesses. I thought this was a really interesting piece. I was wondering if I could kind of get your thoughts on it.
Yeah, so I think one of the things we're incredibly conscious of is it's incredibly tough being, well, it's tough being an investor, but it's incredibly tough being a small cap or a micro cap investor. Most small caps and micro caps just don't have the resources to do really good investor relations. And, you know, the CEOs are already full-time before they listed with looking after their staff and looking after their clients, and then to add in, can you be regularly communicating to your investors or potential investors? It's a lot to ask of a small company, and so consequently, for those investors that like playing in the small cap space, it's very difficult to kind of get a gauge of what companies are doing well, and how to judge them. And so I think, you know, people are trying to get creative, and you know, obviously if they've got social media accounts, they follow the social media accounts, and Glassdoor is just one of those tools that I think we weren't sort of saying specifically Glassdoor, but Glassdoor is a great example of being able to use external information to make judgment calls. And I think one of the things that's come up with ESG is yeah, you need to be seen as a company that is a good place to work. And that's, entrepreneurs have always known that. That's trying to find good people is critical. And so being regarded as a good place to work is very important. But I think now investors are also starting to look at that. And I think it's kind of interesting because I had tended to view Glassdoor as just where disgruntled employees would put information when, if they got let go or something like that. But it has kind of evolved over the years. And now that and other information sources can be very valuable for investors that are looking to learn about companies.
Yeah, it is really, really interesting. Moving on to another bit of good news that I saw the other day regarding UK sports training winning best personal training provider of the year for 2020-2021. All the companies in MBH just seem to be racking up awards at the moment. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And I think, but I also, it's one of the things I love about MBH and this model is I've long been a believer of this concept of environment dictates performance. So if you surround yourself with high performing individuals or high performing companies, that becomes your benchmark. And so what I love seeing and what attracts a lot of the companies that we talk to is that they come in and they join MBH and suddenly their new peer group are going out doing acquisitions, are doing international expansion, are winning awards, are putting out great social media content, are doing creative things, have got fantastic share buying options for their staff. All of these things and all of these initiatives are shared internally. And suddenly it becomes, well, look, if other people are winning awards, then why aren't we winning awards? Let's look at what awards that might be good for us, or if other people are doing acquisitions, let's look at what acquisitions we could be doing, or the way that you train your staff and all of these things. And I think what excites me most is with every company that we bring into the group, you bring in more experience and more ideas and more creativity and more opportunities for kind of cross-fertilizing of ideas and even people, like the opportunity for companies to second their staff into other companies to learn from each other. So I think this whole environment dictates performance idea is a critical component, but one that I also think will become ever more important as we move forward.
Yeah, so like I said, though, since I've joined, I think every month there's a company's winning something or receiving recognition for something, which I think is just fantastic. One of the things that you have, or we have touched on in previous chats, is the around recruitment and the fact that a lot of the organizations within MBH are just constantly recruiting, which is a fantastic thing. I was wondering if we could talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, it's a fairly hot topic of conversation for everyone at the moment. I mean, not just the companies in our group, but the companies in a pipeline, pretty much every company I speak to. So I think what's happened is there's been a huge bounce back in demand from consumers, from small businesses. There's less businesses out there because a lot of businesses kind of unfortunately went to the wall during COVID. A lot of the companies, a lot of the small businesses trimmed down and realized that they could run more effectively or efficiently with less staff. But there was no wriggle room in there for when things picked up. And so now they're all trying to recruit. And certainly in the UK, you've also got challenges with Brexit and everything else. So there's a lot of talk internally about the best ways to recruit. I think one of the trends that we're seeing across the board is especially with people moving away from the office-based environments to the work from home, it does open up this potential for outsourcing work to other countries, to other places. And for a lot of us entrepreneurs, we've been doing that for years. But a lot of the more traditional industries haven't looked at that area. And so it's quite a steep learning curve, because hiring people in different countries who purely work remotely, as a manager, it's a very different skill set in terms of how you communicate and how you report. So I think a lot of people are learning that. But yeah, it's definitely a key topic of conversation amongst everyone right now, is how to recruit good people.
Yeah, we were having that conversation ourselves in Bern, because we're looking to recruit at the moment, and the biggest challenge is finding good people. They're really hard to find, really hard. They're out there, but yeah, they're hard to find. So yeah, that's a conversation that we're having at the moment as well. Well, that's it for my topic. That's it for my topics in terms of our chat. Is there anything that you'd like to chat about or you'd like to discuss?
No, I think yeah, hopefully we have now great to get that deal done. Hopefully it's we'll get a few more done before the end of the year. The next big announcement will be our half-year numbers at the end of September, so I'm very much looking forward to that. We're just starting to put together all of it's a huge piece of work putting all that together for investors, but yeah, it's great to see the companies are all doing really well, and yeah, things are booming. So I'm looking forward to getting that report out.
Fantastic. Well, I look forward to our next chat, and hopefully we'll have another acquisition to discuss in September. So yeah, looking forward to it. Thank you so much for your time today, Callum, and I shall see you for our next chat next month.
Cool. Thanks, Lisa.